Hi, Max. Okay, we're going to try this and see how it works. So I need you to watch. I'm going to pull up your screen and show you how this area of triangle thing works. Just a moment. Okay, here we go. So we have our triangle here. On number 1 on this first page, the first thing you had to do was count how many forms your base. So let's do this. We'll make it violet. Okay, so here we're going to find our base. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. From here to here made our base, so that is 5. Our base on the first triangle is 5. So then we have to find out what the height is. So the height we count going from the bottom to the top or the top to the bottom. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So from the bottom to the top is 8 going up and down. That's our height, 8. So then, if you look down here at the bottom, it said on number 1, count how many squares across form the base. That was 5. Count how many squares form the height from the top to the bottom. That was 8. Then we multiply those two numbers. So 8 times 5. That's our height times our base. 8 times 5, if you put that in your calculator, it makes 40. 8 times 5 is 40. And then it says after you multiply those numbers, you have to divide your answer by 2. So we're going to divide 40 by 2. 40 divided by 2 gives us 20. So our area here on number 1 is actually 20. The area for number 1 was 20. I'm going to go over that one more time. We found our base 5 and then our height 8. 8 times 5 is 40. And then we divided 40 by 2, and that gave us 20. Okay, on number 2, you actually did this one right, but I'm going to show you. Here's our base is 7, and our height it told us was 6. So 7 times 6 equals 42. Okay, and then we take the 42 and we divide it by, that's a funny looking 2. There we go. Divide it by 2, and that gives us 21. You got it. Okay? The thing to remember is that the area of a triangle is equal to half the base times the height. So you're multiplying that base and height, and then you're dividing it by 2. The base and the height divided by 2. Okay, let's look at the next page. Let me get down here. There we go. Okay. So this one's a little bit trickier because we have 2 shapes here. And that's what I would say that you might want to use the toolbar. Let me get this up here. We'll do this one in green. Okay. To divide this shape, I use the toolbar and I'll put the line there. Right here to divide it so I could see the triangle over here. And I could see this rectangle right here. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the area here of this rectangle first. And that's the easy one. All I have to do is the length and the width. The length and the width, okay? So the area of the rectangle is just 7 times 5. 7 times 5 equals 35. So this area, whoops, is 35. The area of the rectangle here is 35, okay? But we're not finished. We don't have the area of the pentagon yet because we have to do this triangular shape, this triangle shape. So we know that the area of the triangle is half the base times the height. So the base is right here. This is the bottom part of this triangle. And I know it says it is 7. The base from top to bottom is 7. So I'm going to go 7 times, what's the height? What's this part from here to here? And it shows us right here that height is 8. So 7 times 8 equals 56. But I'm not finished because after I find the 7 times 8 equals 56, I have to divide it by 2. So what is 56 divided by 2? And if you put that in your calculator, you will get, let me make sure that's right because I don't have my calculator right here. Yep. Okay, so you'll get 28. So the area of this triangle is 28. Okay, Max. So here we have the area of the rectangle was 35 and the area of the triangle was 28. We have to put those together. When we put those together, we add. So 35 plus 28. 35 plus 28. 8 and 5 is 13. 1 and 3 is 4, 5, 6. So the total area here should be 63. 63. Okay? Let's look at this bottom one. Okay, again, we want to divide it into 2 shapes that we can figure out. Let me squeegee this off here, get rid of all that. Okay, so I see over here, this kind of looks like a triangle, so I am dividing it right there to make it into a triangle over here, and then here is my rectangle. Okay, rectangle, triangle. So again, we start with this rectangle, find the area of it by just multiplying the length and the width. And so 5 times 4. I cannot make a 4 on here, can I? 5 times 4 is 20. Okay, so 5 times 4 is 20. The area of this rectangle is 20. Then we're looking at this triangle. And the triangle is half the base times the height. So we've got our bases here, this bottom part. The base is, right here it told us, from top to bottom is 5. So 5 for our base times the height. Height is from top to bottom, and we're imagining it's on its side. So here's our height, and the height is 4. Or actually, I'm imagining it's on its side. You could say that this is the base, and this is the height. Either way will work. So 5 times 4 is 20. And then we have to divide by 2. So whenever we have 20 divided by 2, we get 10. So the area of this triangle is 10. Now we're going to put these together, the 20 and the 10, and guess what? You got it. It's 30. Very good. Okay, so now we're going to try the next page and see how you did on it. Let's look. Okay. So we have our triangle here that says 3.5, and 3.5 is the same as 3. Oops, I gotta turn on my pencil. There we go, and we'll make it, let's make it orange. Okay, so we've got our triangle, and our base is 3.5, and 3.5 is the same as 3.5. 3.5 is the same as 3.5. 0.5 is a half, okay? And so you could actually put in your blue calculator 3.5 and do it that way, or you can do the 3.5. Either way will work. We see that our height is, here's the height from the top to the bottom, so that is 4. So 3.5 times 4. If we go 3.5 times 4, whoops. There goes my crazy 4 again. Okay, so that gives us 14. 3.5 times 4 equals 14. And then, you know, after we multiply the base and the height, we have to divide by 2. So 14 divided by 2 is 7. So you were close on this one, but the area on this one should be 7. 4 times 3.5 gave us 14. And then we divide that by 2. That looks like I just saw over here, Max, this looks like a plus sign, but it should be a divide because we divide by 2. Sorry about that. But yeah, 14 divided by 2 is 7. Okay? Look at this bottom one. We have our base, 7. We have our height, 5. So we go 7 times 5 gives us 35, right? Okay. 7 times 5 equals 35. And then we have to divide by 2, right? That made it again, didn't it, into what it looks like a... Sorry about that. But yeah, it should be a divide. There we go. 35 divided by 2. And I think you got that one, Max. Let's look and see. 35 divided by 2 is 15, 17, 14. Oops, I'm going to the bottom of the screen now. 1. Yep, 17.5. You got it. Okay, let's check the next one. Okay, this is our last page. So let's look at it. And it's another one where we're going to have to divide it up. So let's get our pencil. We will use red. Okay, here we go. So I see a triangle that makes the top of this house. Okay. Again, I have to count and find what my base is. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. My base is 8. And then my height is 1, 2, 3. My height is 3. That makes 3. Okay. So to find the area of that top part, the triangle, I'm going to go 8 times 3 equals 24. And then I have to half the base times the height. So I have to divide. Let's see if I can actually get divide this time. Divide. See if it'll stay that way. By 2. Awesome. Okay. So that gives me 12. The area of this triangle part up here is 12. But we're not done yet because we have to find the area of the bottom part, this rectangle. And remember, that's our easy one because it's just the length times the width. So we've got the 8 that we already counted, right? This is 8. And then 1, 2, 3. This is also 3. Down here is 3. So the length times the width is also 8 times 3. So that didn't make a 3. There we go. That gives us 24 as the area of this bottom part. Okay, so now let's look at our house. And we see the roof up here. This top part is 12. The bottom part is 24. We have to put them together. And when we put them together, we add. So 12 plus 24 equals 36. So you were pretty close on this one, but it should have been 36. The area of this one is 36. Okay? Let's look at the very last one down here. And it's also the trickiest because, look, we've got a bunch of different shapes. And so we have to figure out all these shapes. Max, what I see is easiest. I see right here a little square. It's a 1, 2, 3 by 1, 2, 3. 3 by 3 square. The area of a square is also the length and the width, or we could say the area of the square, is the side squared, okay? So basically, we got 3 times 3. 3 times 3 is 9. So the area down here is 9. 3 times 3, because we have 3 here, 3 here. This area of this little square is 9. Okay, so we've got this part. Now let's find this triangle here. You see the triangle? Okay, you could look at this as your height and this as your base, Or you could look at this as your base and this as your height. However you look at it, we have to count those numbers and see. So I'm going to look at it and I'm going to call this my height. And I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to say my height is 4 from here to here. 4. And I'm going to call this my base. And I'm going to say, okay, it's 1, 2, 3. From here to here is 3. Formula of area of a triangle is half the base times the height. So we've got 4 times 3. 4 times 3 is 12. And then we have to divide by 2. So 12 divided by 2 is 6. So the area of this part, this triangle, the area is 6. So we see the area down here is 9 for the square, 6 for the triangle. Now we got to find out the area for this big rectangle. What's the area for the big rectangle? So we count from here, 1, 2, 3, right? 1, 2, 3 across. We don't count this part because we already included it as part of the square. So this part is finished. We're only counting right here, 1, 2, 3, okay? 3 going across, and then how many going up and down? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 up and down, 3 across. So 3 times 7. 21. The area of this part, this rectangle, is 21. I know this sounds like a lot, and that's why you have to take your time and you really have to think about it, okay? So we have this area of the triangle was 6. This area of the square is 9. This area of the rectangle is 21. We want to know the area of the whole shape, the whole polygon. So we have to put these together. We take the 6 from the triangle. We take the 21 from the rectangle. And we take the 9 from the square. And we're putting it all together, so we are adding. We're adding. 21 and 9 make 30, and 6 is 36. You can put that in your calculator. 6, 21, 9 will make 36. So this one should be 36. Okay, Max, hold on just a moment. Let's see, squeegee out of there. And I'm going to go over here. Okay, I've got a blackboard here. I'm going to put this pen down and just draw. If you have a triangle, they're going to give you the number that makes the base, or if they don't give it to you, you can count the squares like we did on a couple of the other ones. But let's just say that this is going to be, we're going to say 7. And they're going to tell you how high it is as well, the height from the top to the bottom. And we're going to say the height of this one, we'll say it's 5. So the area of a triangle is half the base times the height. So we're going to go 7 times 5 is 35. Okay? And then we're going to divide it by 2. 35 divided by 2. $17.5. Okay? So the area of this shape would be 17.5. All right. Let's do one more. Oops. Up. Okay. It slowed down on me, Max. Hold on. There we go. I don't know if this is going to work. We're going to try it. Okay, hold on. Let me squeegee this out and see if I can try it with the pen. Okay, Max. So if you had this, you would find your base 1, 2. Base is 2. You'd find your height from the bottom to the top or top to bottom is 1, 2. You multiply those together. 2 times 2 equals 4, right? And to find the area, base times the height divided by 2. So the area of this, 4 divided by 2, will give you 2. Okay, today I'm going to have you do some more area work, area of triangles. Just do your best, take your time, and the thing to remember, hold on, is that the area of the triangle, it's hard to write on here, Max. Here we go. I'm still learning. The area of the triangle is half the base times the height. So you're going to multiply base times height, and then you're going to divide it by 2. Base times height divided by 2. If you have any questions, you can let me know. Hold on just a moment. Okay. I miss you, Max. Work hard. I know you're doing great for Mom, and I'm very proud of you. And we'll talk to you soon. Bye.